was the night. Oh, sorry. It was the night before the song was coming out.
Yeah.
So we were like, that night we were like going around the city to like deliver these cards of like promoing the song. And then
I believe that was the 16th, and then the show was on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, quick turnaround, but it was really awesome to keep that hype going from the song coming out and then having a show right after. So
crazy.
it was.
Should we sing? Do we want to sing?
You should sing.
What's a good song? What's a song that's popular?
J Beebs.
For all the times that you rain on my parade,
Nice.
and all the clubs you get in using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. Come on now. You think I'm crying on my own, well I am. Hey.
You're good.
Welcome back to the Two of Rise podcast, where we document the rise and stardom of Winnipeg's talent and personalities. Hope you enjoyed that intro. That was fun. We're going to use that for the intro. I'm not going to waste any time. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal. We're going to go straight into the guests. You can see them on the set. They're here. We're going to welcome. I'll give you an official intro. We got an indie folk group duo here for the first time in Winnipeg, here to talk about their new song, Call Me Goodbye. Please welcome Sophie George and Hunter.
Yay. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You guys are part of the group called This Is Stellar.
Yeah.
This is Stellar or Stellar.
We never really know what our band name is called.
Interchanges, but yeah.
It's just on the flow, or how'd you guys
Depends
come
on the day. Technically, we're Stellar.
On Spotify, we're Stellar.
Okay.
So.
On Instagram, we're This Is Stellar.
So let's talk about it. How'd that come out? Like, how'd that name come about? Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
There you go.
Yeah, we knew we wanted our name to be like a reference to where we first met. So we were like researching. We're like, okay, black hole. How do we connect this? So I'm like on like the NASA websites, like researching how do we make a cool band named out of black hole? And then we found that there's like a stellar black hole. And I was like, stellar.
Damn.
That's kind of a cool name. And it's like spacey, but also like just has a good vibe to it.
So we kind of took that vibe and ran with it. You can check out our Instagram. We've definitely got like the retro futurism is kind of a vibe that we really strive for with our content. So.
Space, aliens.
See, when I first heard it, I was like, interstellar. That was the vibe I got, but clearly not. But hey,
it's anything you want.
Yeah, whatever you make it be.
Exactly.
Damn. Okay, so let's talk about. So you guys met in the Black Hole Theater, correct?
Yes.
So give us a background of who you guys are, how you got involved, university stuff, who you guys are. Get some background going.
Growing up for me, theater was a big thing, musical theater. So of course, when I went to university, it was a chance to actually get an education in theater and musical theater that I didn't have like an education in growing up. So that was how I found myself there, and Sophie and I were there at the same time. So that's how we found out. How was your theater journey like?
I've been like theater is kind of like the number one thing, and I've done a lot of musical theater. So I decided to focus on that in university. That's actually my major. And yeah, like our paths just kind of crossed. It's such a small community that like we weren't even that close. Like
no, I was gonna say like
class,
our first couple of years of university, like we didn't really talk
talk
much, and it was like during COVID actually where we like started to connect, and we're like, you know what, we can both sing and play instruments. Like let's just start a band.
Yeah, and we did that all on like FaceTime.
Yeah.
And then I randomly was like, "Do you want to start a band?"
I'm like, okay, I'm down.
Okay.
Here we are.
Damn.
Yeah. So here we are.
That's it.
Just two theater kids trying to sing songs.
That's amazing.
Because Robin, you were in theater too, right?
Yeah, that's how I actually know Sophie.
I was waiting for this to come up.
She was my director. I was in intro theater.
Yeah.
And we had like scenes to do.
Yeah.
Right? You probably know more about it.
Yeah. So like I was in on stage, and so was Haley, and you have to direct a scene with like the intro students, and you were my intro.
I was that kid. Yeah.
Yeah. And you nailed it.
I think we were the best one.
Sorry Haley, but I think we were.
You also did one too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Not from Bob's class though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, are you still in theater?
No, I'm out. I'm in
Me
science.
too. Me too. I'm in architecture now.
Yeah.
I took it as a fun time, just a cool elective.
That it was.
And
Yeah.
to meet new people, and we're here now.
And
so.
look
Yeah.
where it got us.
We're
Shout
done.
out U of M Theater.
Yeah.
All these connections.
we didn't even get to perform, I don't think, because that's when COVID hit. Like,
Yeah.
Right then. And
Yeah,
that's when
that's crazy.
did you guys become a group right after COVID, or how far into
No.
COVID?
It was that winter. So,
Oh my God,
I mean,
time.
that's like
It
maybe
was
7 months in, because it started
Yeah,
in that
like a
March
year
of
after.
2020, I guess, is kind of
Yeah, it was like January 2021, and we had like 3 weeks off of school for some reason, and we were both just so bored. FaceTime each other, like really trying our best to sing songs on FaceTime with the leg.
It's a lot better to be in person.
Yeah,
you get a lot more
sure.
done.
For sure.
Okay, so you met on FaceTime, and you guys did song. Do you just like sing other people's songs, or how did the idea of making our own music and composition come about?
That was actually one of the things I really enjoyed about like our collaborations, that we started right away writing originals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I feel like a lot of musical projects kind of get stuck in or not stuck, but they, you start off with covers, and sometimes it's hard to
branch
or
out.
Get inspired to do original music. So it was really nice that we kind of just jumped into that right away.
Yeah. We got a Google Doc going, and we're like typing at the same time, like, hey, let's research and like how do we put these lyrics here and here. Yeah, like I guess we just kind of jumped into it, hey? Yeah, it was fun. We've gotten a lot better since then. It's fair.
You guys met, you guys made your song, you guys figured out, was Call Me Goodbye the first song that you guys made?
No.
No?
Actually,
The first song we made
we'll never see
is
the light.
never
No?
gonna come out.
But you gotta write the bad ones so you can get the good ones.
Okay.
But no, we wrote, I don't know, maybe like 3 or so, and then Call Me Goodbye. The
Call Me
lyrics.
Goodbye was a bit of like a weird situation because you had already written all the lyrics like with no music to it. And then we were just kind of jamming one day, like trying to write songs, figure things out, and like Haley just kind of pulled up these lyrics and was like this could be something. And then I like got on the piano and just started doing random things.
Yeah, that was the thing with that one, is that the ideas flowed really easy for that one. So we're like, we're gonna take this as a sign and see this one to the end. And then that became our debut single.
Yeah.
So do you guys do different things? Like who writes the lyrics and who does the composition, who's playing, or is it more of a collaborative thing?
We were talking about this a couple days ago and we were like trying so hard to describe it.
Do you guys have titles? Like I'm the executive producer.
Nah.
In that sense, it's very back and forth and collaborative.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd say Sophie is primarily like lyrics, like songwriting, and then I more
she's
or
the
less
guitar
the
player.
Guitar. So, but we definitely
like,
go back and forth.
I'm definitely, I know guitar, but like I'm not that good at it. So I feel like a lot of the time, like Call Me Goodbye is kind of separate from the normal process, but every song since then I've kind of like really basic chords and lyrics, and then Haley will like add in cool guitar
like
things.
you'll start out with the rhythm, and then we'll go from there, really. So
yeah, we're a good team.
Yeah, that's really cool. You guys can just like go back and forth.
Yeah.
Too. It's like versatile.
Our brains are like, we've discovered recently that our brains are kind of connected.
Been spending so much time
especially
together.
this week. Like yesterday, we like have this song that we like wrote a really long time ago, and we were really like, we think that there's a lot of potential
we
there.
left it, but we're like, let's try again. Let's try to revamp it.
I feel
And
you.
like yesterday, randomly at like 2 p.m, we both click on the Google Doc at the exact same time, and we're like, "Wait, you're here?" We're like
Funny
typing to each other.
Because it shows up in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like, "Oh hey."
Yeah. So it's like different times of the day. Whenever you guys feel inspiration, you just hop on.
Yeah.
And we meet. We meet about once a week.
Yeah.
In person. So in terms of we have a lot of time to go back and forth. That's for sure.
It's nice to not just be online.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys bump heads at all? Or not yet, or possibly?
I don't think we ever have.
You're just on the same wavelength, both of you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
Connect.
can respect
Yeah.
that. I respect that. That's cool.
No,
Hopefully there's not a
smooth
big falling out before this
Oh no.
episode comes out.
This episode comes out,
band
we're
is
all good. So.
Is this the next like One Direction? Like, you guys we can't have
to
fun.
say? Who's to say?
Wait, just a curious question.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys ever think about that? Like your future as a band?
Actually, speaking of which, I was gonna say, like you
Yeah.
brought up bands,
Yeah,
and is this a
Big reveal.
I'll let you take it away.
They're both gonna say it at the same time.
We're not that connected.
Okay.
Yeah, we've added like 2 people to the band now.
Yeah.
Oh.
We,
It's kind of like
okay.
unreleased, but maybe we've
Yeah.
announced it by the time this comes out. But
Sure.
yeah, we've welcomed 2 new members. They do percussion, but they also play guitar and sing beautifully. So they've both been 2 great additions to our duo, and now we're a band. So
Nice.
Yeah.
that's very exciting.
Big deal.
Congrats, first of all.
Thanks.
Like,
Thank you.
We interrupt this episode to bring you today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of classes in design, business, tech, and more. Anyone can join the millions of members in the community to learn cutting-edge skills, network with peers, and for new opportunities. If you'd like to support our show and are interested in Skillshare, click the first affiliate link in our description to get a 14-day free trial on us. It's easy, quick, and you can cancel it anytime. Now back to the episode.
Yeah.
Just a
Exciting.
lot of things falling into place, hey?
Really
That's
well.
been a theme of like everything.
We've
we've
been very
done.
lucky. A lot of
We
things
have.
fall into place for us.
We have this like pattern where like things drastically go wrong, but then we're like, no, that's not happening, and we'll like flip it around, and then everything somehow works out. So
Just keep
that's been
pursuing
nice.
the dream.
Yeah.
We can relate to that quite
Can
heavily.
you?
Yeah.
A lot of
Tell
things in
us
this
more.
production, sometimes things are going south, and then by
And
the end
boom.
of it, it just
Gotta
ends up.
keep trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
204 rise
just-
up.
Yeah, there we go. This turns out to be as stellar as possible.
Ah, nice.
There we
The
go.
puns.
Nice one.
Let's talk about your show, Sandman and Friends, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we had Sandman on this show
Yeah.
Right.
during COVID,
Right
not
on.
in person, but go check that episode out if
Yeah.
you want. But
Plug it.
how'd you guys get in contact with that?
Okay, so
Instagram.
there might be a lot of names here, so hopefully it's not confusing. But
Yeah.
I'm friends with a guy named Alec Carlos, yeah, also known as AC Breeze.
Okay.
He'll enjoy the
Yeah.
plug here, so hey Alec.
Alec.
But he's friends with Sandman.
Yeah.
And I know Alec called me one day because he said that Sandro was still looking for other bands and he was interested in having us. So basically we got the call and I asked Sophie, I'm like, hey, are you down?
I was like, yeah.
And that was, we probably had about like 3 weeks notice. So we're like, well, we can do it. Let's
it was
do it.
it was the night. Oh, sorry. It was the night before the song was coming out.
Yeah.
So we were like
Oh.
that night. We were like going around the city to like deliver these cards of like promoing the song,
Yeah.
and then
And I believe that was the 16th and then the show was
Yeah.
on the 3rd.
yeah.
Yeah.
something
So
around
anyways,
there.
quick turnaround, but it was really awesome to keep that hype going from the
Yeah.
song coming out and then having a show right after.
Totally.
So that's kind of how that came about, I guess, like promoting ourselves on social media helps, like getting our name,
Yeah, I
name
think
out
that's
there.
kind of how he heard of us was Instagram, and then we met him for the first time at like sound check for the show. We were
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. So, you mentioned that you guys are handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Are you guys going like downtown, north end? Like where are you guys going?
Not quite,
Okay,
but-
our mission was like we were gonna go to all the places where like cool indie people hang out. So we were like, okay, the Forks, the Exchange downtown, and then there was like a concert.
Yeah,
at,
there was a show playing at Assiniboine Park
Yeah.
at the Lyric, I believe that venue is.
Sure.
Anyways, we knew like, well, a lot of our friends will be there, and that's kind of
Yeah.
like the demographic we're going for. So we had these business cards we actually made
There you
that
go.
like was promoting, that had the QR code and everything. So we went there and we were
Yeah.
handing them out.
like
Cute
throwing
little-
them on the ground.
Had the like
So
the artwork on there too, so maybe
Yeah.
people take them home, hang
Yeah.
them up, put them on their fridge. But you know, just going a little extra
Good
step for the
old-fashioned
promo, something
advertising.
physical, you know,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
well, something different. So.
Yeah, it's because it's your first single,
Yeah.
like ever.
Yes.
So
big deal.
And and especially to book a show, right? Like right there, talk about the performance itself, like being in front of people, because that's probably exposure for you guys. through the
So
roof.
scary.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was like we both have experience performing, but
Yeah,
like
not
it had
like
been so
that.
long because of like
Sure.
COVID, and like that was for a lot of people. I know it was their first time performing as well, or like the first time in a long time. So it was just like surreal, just being there, like people like actually
God.
like being able to dance and
Yes.
move, and like it was pretty much packed in there. The show actually sold,
Sold out. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's
so
crazy.
it was surreal, just the show happening in general, and then playing like with like all our best friends. It was just
Yeah.
like and original songs, like there's nothing like it.
Yes. So, but like what you were saying, like we have performing experience, but it's so different because like in the performing I've done, like you're playing a character, right? So like you have that to fall back on, like that was my character. But this, it's like fully just me. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't say anything weird. Like I gotta be likable. So I was really worried about that. We were like so worried about the banter.
Yeah.
We were like, we have to come up with like the things to say in between the songs. Like, what do we do?
Tell jokes between.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are your character. Like you're playing yourself, right? So did any of the acting stuff play into being the musician, or does that cross over at all?
That's a
Did you
good
guys do
question.
like vocal? I assume you guys did vocal warm ups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd say the biggest thing is like the improv bit of it. Like
Sure.
just having that like basis of like, you know, how to think on your feet came in really handy.
Hey, we got another sponsor. If you've ever considered building a website, you've probably definitely heard of Squarespace. Squarespace is a website designer that allows you to create your website from scratch using a wide range of templates to fit your needs. Whether you're creating a portfolio, small business, e-commerce, Squarespace got it all. Check out the affiliate link in our description and start building your website today. You'll be helping out the show as well as creating a killer website to impress your peers. Now back to the episode. We're talking about acting and how that translates into music. So continue that thought.
I feel like also there have been times when we're writing songs and like it's inspired by our life, but we'll kind of like almost create a character and like write a song based off of that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you do a lot of work in, like in the education we've had, thinking of internals and like, a background for your character and motives. There we go.
Motivation,
so, like, yeah. So definitely finding that in our own stories.
Yeah.
To portray.
It's almost like the songs we write are like kind of like monologues, and then it's like,
that's a good way to look at it.
what's the rising action? Like, what's the like what's the objective of the song? I feel like we talk about that a lot. It's been helpful in the writing process for sure. I feel like it's weird, like being an artist in any kind, like you write songs or you act or you paint or whatever, because it's like sometimes it's like I feel bad for the people in my life because like. I mean, the best art is inspired by, like, really real things that have happened to you. Yeah. So, sorry.
Do tell. Nice. Okay, let's transition into Call Me Goodbye.
Okay.
I'm very fascinated by the title, first of all. It's unique. It's like, I was in my head, I was like, okay, let's do a vlog. I was going to call you guys, like, just as a vlog bit, and then hang up and say bye. That just never happened. So.
You should have.
It's the least you could do. I'd expect it from you. Oh, and that's a lyric from the song right there. Thank you.
Talk about it. Call Me Goodbye. How'd it come about? Or well, you talked about how it came about, but what does it mean? What's the song mean?
Well, that one, like we were saying earlier, was different than a regular process. Like we were saying, Sophie's primarily the song lyrics person, and that one was actually lyrics I had because I had gone through a breakup at the time, and. Okay, let's deep dive. So
let's do it, Haley. We're here. Let's do it.
So where do I begin? So basically, there was communication was lost after the breakup, and basically like Call Me Goodbye. It's the least you could do. It was kind of just about like not having the closure of the breakup. Like I don't know, it had happened, but like you still want to hear from them one last time to get like what you need from it and to get clarity. So it was basically kind of, it was at a bitter time in the breakup too, where you're still like, I don't know, the 5 stages of grief, all that, and probably going through about anger at that time. Okay. So that's probably what that was about, was basically just not having the closure and just call me goodbye.
But the cool thing was like, I feel like writing the song was that, you know?
And then that was honestly
art,
just it. It was very therapeutic, at least, to put that in into music for sure.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, I didn't know it was like that. No.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's been like a year.
Whoa. I don't know where to go from here.
We made it weird.
All good. Okay, you guys, all the instruments you guys played, right?
On the except for vibraphone, Sage played.
Okay, okay. Do you guys have any background in? I assume you have background in music instruments. What's your primary go-to? Are you guitar, acoustic, piano?
Well, I personally grew up playing piano, which gave me a really great foundation, I think, for like music theory and understanding like chord progressions and all that. And then I took vocal lessons as I got older, and then it was only about 3 years ago I started picking up a guitar. So it's all fairly new, and it's been really great. And I also have been trying to branch out, become more versed in like been playing bass a lot and like even like audio engineering. So it's an endless journey of learning with all the music stuff.
Totally. I started playing piano also very poorly, and ukulele, and I've like my main thing is voice. Like I've taken lessons for like 10 years and done a lot of musicals, so that's kind of where my focus is. I didn't start playing guitar until like a couple weeks before we started FaceTiming. So I was like, let's just jump on into this musical journey.
And you know what, I think like a lot of people who want to learn an instrument or want to learn guitar or like start doing music, I think one thing you need to do is just start a band, because otherwise you're not going to have the motivation to learn. You're not going to have other people keeping you accountable for it. So that'd be my word of advice. Like just do it, because it gives you more of a reason, and it's a lot more inspiring, you know, to have some.
Well, let's talk about the future a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
How far do you guys see yourselves going? Because it's first single. Like,
Oh, man.
it's been, what, a month almost? More than that. August something, correct?
Yeah,
A
more
month?
than a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
A month,
So a month
little
out,
bit over
what was
1 month.
the response to your signal? Was it more than you wanted, what you wanted,
It was
less than
perfect.
you wanted?
Everyone was so nice.
I was very happy.
I was
yeah.
so scared.
You were nervous,
to
I'm
release
sure.
the song. I was like,
Because
oh
you
my
never
God.
know. Because when people are like leaving comments, it's like, okay, like, are they actually going to listen to it? Or are they just like
Yeah.
hyping us up, you know? Like,
And it's like, how embarrassing would this be if we released a song and like no one listened to it?
but
I know the
it,
feeling.
it was really good. Oh, no.
No,
Oh, no.
It's all good.
But I think the response was perfect. Like all of our friends were so nice, and like people that we didn't really know too had reached out to us. And yeah, like it just worked out perfectly with like the song being released and then the show to complement that.
Yeah, we also had that music video come out at the same time,
Yeah.
which was like a big thing,
big.
because, you know, everyone loves visuals. So we
Yeah.
had Emily Stark and
Yeah, shout out.
yeah.
Another theater person.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard of Emily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
know
Yeah,
her.
she was the director,
Yeah.
and she helped us put that music video together, which had a great response too, and that was so fun to make. So we're definitely working with her in the future.
Yep.
When
Yeah.
we come out with another single.
Should we talk about it?
Let's do it. Let's
Okay,
do
let's
it.
talk about it. Yeah, we're working on our next song called, should we say it?
Say it.
Let's just say it.
We'll
We'll take it. We'll take
It's
it.
called Stranger.
Stranger.
Okay.
And
okay.
uh,
It's a vibe.
yeah, we're working on like recording it on demos, and then also having a music video again directed by Emily. A little bit of a bigger ordeal this time for
Yeah.
the, for the
Yeah.
video.
Because you guys are probably going to take what you learned from your
Yeah,
first one
Definitely.
for
yeah.
sure.
and improve, I hope. There we go. We got
That's-
something back there.
That's us, Haley.
Talk about this. Like, just
Yeah.
walk us through what we're seeing here.
So this is the Forks on a minus 34
Oops.
degree day.
We know those. We know.
So we really were being super smart and decided that we needed to have our first photo shoot on that day, wearing tiny little skirts and tights.
Oh, no.
Cheeks
And
are so red.
It was still like
So
lockdown.
cold.
We couldn't actually go inside
yeah.
the Forks at all. We got
were in
yelled
there
at.
for like 10 minutes, and we were
Not
just
even.
getting adjusted, putting our bags
5
down.
minutes.
Security was on us. They're like, you
"You wanna
cannot
get
be
over
here.
here?"
So yeah, this is us on the bridge.
Yeah.
There we are.
But
But we
the
got some
pictures
really
were
good
nice,
pictures.
so
Yeah,
worth
it was
it.
good. It was kind of like our first photo shoot. Get some like promo out there. So
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Okay.
It was so cool though.
And you guys are doing the back end stuff too, promoting, marketing,
Yes.
Yeah.
everything.
That's been fun.
Man.
What-
Stressful, but
it's-
fun.
What part's more enjoying? Like, I guess they're both equally rewarding somewhat, but
It's very nice having complete control over everything that you
Yeah.
put out.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. There are times where I really wish I had the money to pay someone else to do
Right.
some things, but
But it's
at the
been
end of the day, like learning how to do it all too,
It's
like
been super fun, like being creative with like how we market ourselves, like the business cards and like I don't know,
and just like meeting people too, and like getting connections like for other shows coming up, and like other people to work with, like audio engineers, mixers,
Yep.
all that. So it's very important. I strongly recommend anyone that's getting started do it all
yourself.
like as much by yourself as you can.
because then you know.
Yeah,
Then you know.
exactly.
You know how long it takes, and you
Yeah.
know how much work that other person is going to
totally.
put in.
Exactly.
So-
Greater appreciation for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you guys said you guys are meeting once a week, correct? Currently in person?
Average.
Yeah, in person once a week, but
So-
we're like always in
Yeah,
contact.
I assume so. So,
Yeah.
how much time are you putting like towards making music, and are you guys running through songs after songs after songs before you pick one? And how do you pick? There's a lot of questions here. But
Okay,
how do you
here we
pick? How do you pick which one you're gonna release? Like, how'd you know that this is or Call Me Goodbye was the one when you probably recorded a couple songs before as well?
Nothing but vibes, man.
Vibes.
We just vibe it
Energy.
out.
For real.
Okay.
Like
I
that.
don't know, like just songs we feel like the most confident in that like I feel like there gets a point, especially like I'm like kind of the lyric person where I'm like I still want to adjust these a little bit. Once I'm like past that point and I'm like, hey, I think the lyrics are good, then we're like, let's do it. That's how we picked Call Me Goodbye, and now Stranger.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
a lot
Yeah.
of
Okay.
It's a
I understand.
Whatever falls
process.
together
Is
first, really. Yeah.
Is it more like late night vibes, or when during the day you guys doing it? Studio
more-
vibes.
Okay, for writing the songs, it's definitely late night vibes.
I agree.
Me in my room alone,
Yeah.
trying to write sad songs
Best time.
or happy songs, and they come out sad.
Yeah.
But
Rehearsing's been
rehearsing
more
is
of like a
brunch vibe.
Kinda, because then I don't know. We start early and then we have the whole day. Like if it takes longer than
Yeah.
expected, and we're also like both in school too. So like us, we meet on Sundays and we kind of have like that whole afternoon. So
Yeah,
we get her done.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Album question mark? Because I'm sure like people ask you this. Or I'm curious
Let's
to know.
talk about it.
Album,
Yeah.
storyline,
Ooh.
timeline.
Yeah.
Actually, yes to both.
Yes.
Okay.
Not quite an album, but we do an
EP.
EP.
Okay. Okay. I feel
This is
Yeah.
very new information, insider
Exactly.
information.
It
That's what we're
is,
here
and a
for.
lot is still yet to work out the
Oh,
details.
yeah.
Of course,
That's what
definitely
we're
what's
working
solidified
towards,
right
though.
now is that single, and we're thinking like near future, like early next year.
Yeah,
I won't say a date, but that's what we're
Yeah.
kind of aiming for, is to have an EP release,
Yeah.
and then of course be working on some more visuals,
hopefully more
music videos, of
concerts.
course, and it does kind of have a theme that we're thinking of.
Yes.
It's a working title, but I guess we could talk about it
Up to you.
if you want
Up to you guys.
The theme is
Yeah, well, like I said before, we were
breakups.
talking, yeah, like the 5 stages of grief.
Okay.
That was kind of
Yeah.
a vibe we were
Ooh.
talking
Yeah,
about
when
before,
you said
so
that, I was like,
yeah, so that's kind of like a vibe that we're thinking.
Do you guys see yourselves branching out of the indie folk genre ever?
I even see within our songs
within
we're
the
working
songs,
on, it's
the
like
EP.
we're definitely not
There's a
staying in one
range.
box,
No.
which I think is really important. So I could definitely see us like
Yeah.
leaning to other genres per song. You
Okay.
know, a very
Rap.
versatile EP. It will
go.
be.
Start rapping.
You know,
I'd love to hear that.
one wants to feature.
Yeah, Robin Band feature.
Let's do it right now.
Feature.
Right now. Pull the guitar.
Freestyle.
Pull the guitar. Damn. Okay. That's amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing it. I hope you
Thanks.
guys look forward to hearing that. Anything else you guys want to specific talk? Because I know we have a performance
Oh yeah.
for the audience.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to leave off before we get you guys to set up here to do your
Follow
performance?
us on Instagram
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram
in
and
the
check out that
description.
music
Check
video
out
that
the
we
music
have up
video.
on our YouTube.
and the
It's,
song that will be coming out, Stranger. Follow us
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Oh,
Apple
and we have a
Music.
show.
We have a show. Yeah. When
October.
October
October
16th.
16th.
We
Yeah,
have
the
another
band
show.
Moonfield is having their EP release, and they're having us
Yeah.
play as well. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
a really good show.
So this will be out before that. for
Okay,
sure.
sweet.
Okay,
yeah,
right
so come
on.
see our show.
Go see
Perfect.
the
At the
show.
Albert,
Perfect.
October 16th.
Matt, you wanna send them home?
You take it away, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Huge thanks you to This Is Stellar or Stellar, Sophie George and Haley Hunter for coming out here. And yeah, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. #1 podcast in Winnipeg. You guys know the deal. Let's go. Let's get the performance. Let's go. Let's set us up. Let's set this up.
Hey,
Thank you.
Let's go.
thank you for having us.
Yay.
No problem. All right. You guys ready to perform?
We just did our interview, the podcast. Check it out. 204 rides.
I was so scared. I think I blacked out. It's 9:07. We're sitting here slow. Nothing's wrong. You're watching the show. We share an empty smile. I wish that I knew what